Yo, if you're looking for any help grinding anything on my team, whether it's level 40, unlimited, clutch time, or even triple threat, hit up the best and most reliable in the business, Cliff2_3 on Twitter. Yo, what's good YouTube? RCA here with a video for you guys today. Now today 2K dropped some new packs. It is a Tuesday, so we got some new things, but today's video's theme, we're gonna be talking about a budget theme squad that you can run. Now I'm probably gonna cap this squad around 300k max, probably going down towards the 200k range, and this is for a full team. And this year, it is actually pretty tough because cards are really expensive, but we are starting to see more good cards drop in the lower tiers. So I wanted to make this video for you guys that are looking to put teams together and may only have 250k or 300k to spend, and not like the 2 million that you see other people spending on all the pink diamonds and stuff, because that's not very realistic to sustain over the life of the game unless you're obtaining MT in some obscure way. But let's get into some cards that I think are really cool, great in competitive modes, but also in a budget-friendly aspect. Now, budget this year to me is like, for real, like 35k, 40k or less, maybe even 50k, because cards prices are so expensive. So we're gonna be looking at like the cheapest, but also still competitive. We're not trying to go, you know, a Ruby just because he's pretty decent. We're gonna try to get you a card that you're gonna be able to go into unlimited with and still try to make some noise in the game, if that makes sense. So let's jump into the auction house. We're gonna start with the point guard to get you guys some cards to fill your team out. We're gonna get a 10-man roster, maybe some alternates. Let's go, let's start with point guard. All right, so at our point guard position, we're gonna be looking for Diamond Alex Caruso. Hands down, I believe he is one of the better point guards in the game that you can get for cheaper, and he is going for around 25k or so. You might be able to find him cheaper if you bid on him. So if we go to bid, we're not going to do this for every card, but if you go to bid, just notice that you can get some of these cards for cheaper if you wait for their bid to end. So you might be able to get them for 20k, 21k. You might be able to get some for like 19 if you get them at a certain time. If you want to just buy them straight out, you're going to be spending about 25k. And for your point guard, I think that's important to have a good one. So we're going to go ahead and try to spend 25k on Alex Caruso. So that's going to be our first card. Keep in mind that you can grind free cards. If you have time to grind free cards, I definitely recommend doing that. But let's not make this video take forever. It's going to be Alex Caruso as our point guard. Our backup point guard we'll get to later, but let's move straight to shooting guard. Now, the reason why I want to get you guys Alex Caruso, I talked about this before. Offense, defense, all across the board, he is a very good card. Perimeter defense, interior defense, block, and he comes with great Hall of Fame badges with glove and interceptor. His gold badges, he comes stacked with 20 of them, so you're not going to be able to have to put a lot of badges on him out the box. Point guard starting off, Alex Caruso. Let's move on to shooting guard. All right, y'all, for our shooting guard, we are going to be going with Lance Stevenson. This Diamond Lance Stevenson is an incredible card as well. Compared to the free Rich Hamilton that you get, he's pretty much on par besides three-point shot, but his shot is still very good. 85 drive and dunk, 85 block, 88 perimeter defense, 83 interior. I've talked about him in another video. This card is pretty filthy, to be honest with you. He's really good, and he also comes with Hall of Fame, 4 Hall of Fame badges: rebound chaser, off-ball pass challenger, and slivery. You're not going to go wrong having this card on your team. He can dribble, he can shoot, he can pass, he can defend. He can do everything on the court for 16k. So we're looking at spending about, so far, 41k on our team between our point guard and our shooting guard currently. You can also go for somebody like Danny Green if you want to spend way less, maybe like 7k, and Danny Green is amazing as well. All right, the small forward that we are going to go ahead and pick up is going to be Evo Glitched Joe Ingles. He is going to be around 15 to 17k. That's bringing our total up to about 58k totally for our team so far. Joe Ingles gives you a lot, especially height, 6'8". He does come with a 88 3-point shot, 85 drive and dunk, can handle the ball, good defensive stats across the board with interior, perimeter, speed. He does everything besides his strength. His strength is only 69, but it's not that big of a deal. I'll definitely put a shoe on him to boost his lateral quickness, but overall he is very, very good. And he does come with 3 Hall of Fame badges: fast twitch, fearless finisher, and off-ball pass. Now notice that he is a Evo card, so you're not going to be able to increase his badges. So if you are looking for a different small forward, I can definitely recommend RJ Barrett as well. He's going to be a little bit shorter, but he's going to be able to definitely do everything on the court as well. Plus, you can give him different badges, and he also is a very good card. All right, at our power forward spot, we're gonna actually look at two different cards. The first one is under 20K as well. You can get them as cheap as like 16K. That's gonna take our total from 58 to around 76K NT totally for our starters, and we're not even almost done yet. So we still got our center to put in. We're gonna be under 100K with our team. So Andre Karolinko, you can probably find a lot of souped up ones in the auction house because he has been out for a while. But when we talk about offense and defense, he can pretty much do everything. 6'9", can shoot the three. His drive and dunk is actually not very good. So if you're looking to dunk the ball, he's not going to be the best. But defensively, he is very good. If you're actually looking for somebody better than him, I definitely recommend you can also check out picking up this Diamond Jared Vanderbilt. Now you can also go ahead and get the Annie and Evo him yourself, and you will save NT. But if you grab this card instead of Karolinko, your price jumps up to like 95K so far for your team, and we have not gotten a center yet. But if you go ahead and you get the Amethyst card, which there's actually none in the auction house, but if you go ahead and get the Ruby card, you can actually spend way less MT, spend like 9K MT. You can evolve the card yourself, and then you can actually sell him for more, or you can just use the card and he is going to be a beast on your squad. So let's go ahead and look at the diamond, and we'll show you how good this Jared Vanderbilt card actually is. Overall, 93 and 93 for offense and defense, gives you an 89 3-point shot, 85 driving dunk, and his defense is insane across the board. Great speed, pretty good strength. His stamina is pretty low, but he does also come with menace, guard up, and corner specialist for his Hall of Fame badge. So if you want to spend a little bit of extra MT, you can definitely grab Jared. And we are at like 90K MT with him. Without him, and we have Karolinko, we have like 71K MT. You can also go ahead and grab Michael Porter Jr., who is around 30K MT at your small forward spot instead of Ingles, and he is also great. So you have many different options. Scottie Pippen was also free for level 40, so if you can go ahead, if you have him, you can throw him in there. So these are options that I'm recommending based on MT spending, but remember, there's a lot of free cards in the game as well. All right, we have made it to our starting center position, and hands down, this guy will be on your team. If you're looking for a budget but competitive center, look no further. This card is incredible. So for 48K, it's going to take your total up to 130 or so K. You are going to want to have this card on your team. 6'10", 94 defense, 89 offense, but he comes with a 91 3-point shot because he's glitched. Standing dunk is 90, driving dunk is 90. Has 82 post control, which is actually very good for a card like this. Only thing that's bad about him is his pass accuracy, which is 25, which is very bad. But you don't need to be passing the ball with Jared Allen like that. Just make sure he doesn't have to throw deep passes, and you're good. 90 block, 80 steal, 79 perimeter defense, 92 interior defense, 90 rebounds, 79 speed. Like, that's actually very fast for a center card. To be able to shoot threes and stuff how he does is kind of ridiculous. His Hall of Fame badge, he only comes with Hall of Fame corner specialist, but you can obviously put some more on him. This card definitely has to make your budget team. We're still under 200K. We're at like 130K right now. And all we got to do is fill out 5 players for our bench. Let's start with our backup point guard. Backup point guard, we have talked about this card before. We are going less than 10K now. This is only going to take our total to like 138K. We are picking up Amethyst Marcus Smart for our backup point guard because he is 6'4". He can shoot the ball. You're going to put a shoe on him. He has great driving dunk at an 80. He can handle the ball. Only thing low on him is his block, but he did me very well overall with his perimeter defense and interior defense. He steals the ball just as well as Caruso does, but Caruso has that Hall of Fame glove, so he turns up just a little bit more with it. If you can grab this card, it's 100% W, but if you want a card that has a little bit better offense, I would definitely recommend picking up somebody like Kemba Walker. If you wanted to get somebody that dribbles the ball better, moves a little bit better on the court, you can definitely grab Kemba Walker. Kemba Walker is pretty good, and they're not even letting me look for him, but just know that you can grab Kemba Walker. But also, there is another good point guard. He's actually shooting guard, but Dyson Daniels is actually very good in this game as well. If you get the diamond, you're going to be getting a card that can shoot. Although he only has a 69 3-point shot, his release is really good. He is actually 6'6", which is amazing in this game. His height kind of rules the world in 2K sometimes. 76 mid-range shot, 75 drive and dunk, great ball handle and pass, can defend the perimeter and interior pretty decently, and the Hall of Fame badge that he comes with are needle threader and off-ball pass. If you would recommend another point guard based on defense and offense, let me know. We're looking for all-around players. So I'm thinking Dyson Daniels, Marcus Smart, Alex Caruso, somebody that can do both on both ends of the court, and you're not going to just get targeted on the defensive end. All right, for our backup shooting guard, if you want to go strictly offense, I recommend J.R. Smith. He's going to run you around 25K, right? J.R. Smith is going to be an amazing card. Diamond J.R. Smith. That's going to take you to like 150K MT so far for your team. But if you want to save that MT and get somebody that can shoot the ball well and defend all around the court, you want somebody like Danny Green on your team. And I currently still have him on my main team. He's 6'6", 93-point shot, decent drive and dunk, decent ball handle, but his defense is what shines. He can defend all over the court. So he's going to be able to help you stop those Derrick Rose type cards, those cards that are trying to get to the rim all the time. I put Danny Green on them, and he does a fantastic job. He's only going to cost you about 4 to 5K MT. It's going to take your total to like 135K MT, and you still have to get your small forward, power forward, and center for the bench, and you still have 70K MT left to do so if you're spending 200K on this team. If you're looking at his badges, he has clutch shooter, but you can probably find him with some extra badges if you look in the auction house or not. All right, backup small forward. You could start him over Karolinko, or you could put him on the bench. Up to you. But I really think Michael Porter Jr. is a steal at this price. He is around 29 to 30K MT, and that's going to bump your MT expenditures up to like 165 to 170K MT with just a power forward and center left to get. So you still have 30K MT to get 2 players, and we're not going to be looking to go too crazy with our backup power forward and center either way. So if you grab him, just know that you're getting a 6'10" player, 93 offense, 91 defense. He can drive and dunk, he can shoot the 3, and he can defend pretty well. Everything besides block is in the mid or high 80s. His strength is also low at a 68, and then the Hall of Fame badge he comes with: off-ball pass, volume shooter, green machine, and corner specialist. So Michael Porter Jr., Karolinko, and then we also have Joe Ingles, who can help you out at that small forward position. It's up to you, but it still keeps you within that range of MT that we are looking to spend. And if you want to go even cheaper, to be honest with you guys, we can definitely grab somebody that's in the Ruby tier who I think is still very, very good in this game. And we're going to be looking at Steven Jackson. If you want to get somebody for like 7K or 5K MT, this Ruby Steven Jackson has a very good release. His 3-point shot is 84, but his release is very easy to green, 80 drive and dunk, and he defends all over the court with a 78 interior, 84 perimeter. Boost those up with a shoe in your toes, you're going to be just fine. Only thing he does not do very well is accelerate with the ball. He's going to be slow with the ball on offense. But if you need a very, very, very budget option, Steven Jackson is very good. All right, for our backup power forward, if we want to go super cheap, like literally spending less than 5K MT, you can go ahead and grab yourself a Robert Horry, and we are still at like 175 to 180K MT with just a center left to get. But if you want to go higher price, we're going to show you a card in a second. But this Robert Horry has 6'10" frame, 93-point shot, 75 drive and dunk, 85 drive and dunk. So offensively, you're not going to have any issue with him. And he has a very fast release, kind of like Carmelo Anthony. 75 steal, 80 perimeter and interior defense. He does lack on the block though. So if you're trying to block shot, but you can't really block shots in this game anyway, so you're not really losing anything. He does run a little slower than I like for my power forward position, so I do like to have somebody way faster than that. That's why I will put somebody like Karolinko there. If you needed a backup power forward that's a little bit more MT, definitely go Karolinko. But if you wanted to get somebody that can shoot just as well as the Robert Horry, but maybe just plays a little bit better defense and has a tiny bit more speed, we are going to go ahead and get Paolo Banchero, and you're going to want to get the diamond version because the diamond is pretty good. He's going to cost you a little bit more than that Robert Horry. We're looking at around 15K MT, but he is going to give you decent shooting, great standing and driving dunk, pretty decent defense, and he is going to be faster. So you're trading off a little bit of speed, and this card actually plays way better than it seems by his stats. He is very, very good. People still run him. He's more like a pick and pop style player that can still get to the basket and score. He's not going to lock anybody up on the court, but he is very serviceable at both the power forward and center position. So he's going to be our backup for power forward or center if you want to use him, and we're still only at like 190K MT going into our final centerpiece. All right, for our center, the cheap version we are looking at to keep us under 200K MT for our entire team, we're looking at somebody like a Theo Ratliff. Theo Ratliff, incredible. 6'10", 85 offense, 97 defense. He does not have a three-point shot, so if you cannot use a non-shooting center, he might not be for you. We'll have another option. But he does have 85 standing dunk, 75 driving dunk. He also comes with a 96 block, 83 perimeter defense, and 95 interior. If I was going to need somebody to get me a stop in this game, in the paint, he's probably going to be one of my go-to players if I was looking to run a budget squad. Obviously, again, there are free grindable cards. I definitely recommend both of those cards. But if you're in a time crunch, you just want to grab some cards, he is very good. He also has 75 speed, 75 acceleration, 89 vertical, 90 strength. He's not going to get pushed around. He also has an 83 lateral quickness, and he comes with Hall of Fame anchor as his badge. But if you want to go a little bit more expensive for your center, maybe around 15 to 20K, we have an option for you. All right, so our final piece for around 16 or 17K, you can pick up Chet Holmgren. Now, he is going to take you to that peak of around 200 or 205K, and then your 10-player roster will be complete based on who you've got. But he is going to give you a little bit better offense. And at 7 foot, he is pretty ridiculous on the court, to be honest. His offensive skills are really good. He does lack something on defense, we're talking about. So 83 three-point shot, 80 and 80 for standing and driving dunk. If you know his release, he has a buttery release, and he also has great post control. So they made this card very good on offense. Defensively, he's solid in the paint. He's gonna get you blocks. He's gonna get you some steals. But perimeter defense, he's a little bit lacking, and his strength is really bad. So he's going to get back down. He's going to get drop step. If you know how to time your jumps under the basket, you can still block shots, but otherwise you are going to get dominated in the post by good users with centers. He also has low lateral quickness, so he cannot defend the perimeter that well. But overall, as an offensive pick and pop style center that can defend the paint, he is really good. I still would probably run Theo Ratliff instead, just so that I can have that overall solid piece down low. But Chet Holmgren is for those that cannot use somebody that just can't shoot. Some people can't run a non-shooting center, so I would recommend running him. So overall, that's the squad. We had 10 players. We kept it around 205 or under 200K MT, especially if you find them cheaper or look to bid. You can stay even under that and get to more players for your auxiliary slots, those 3 slots at the end. It's totally up to you. But I highly recommend running them. My current team that I'm running right now, I still have some of those guys on my team. I have Alex Caruso, I have Lance Stevenson, and I have a lot of the free cards like Scottie Pippen, Kevin McHale, and who else do I have? Allen Iverson. So those cards are definitely good to go get if you can get them. But if not, you just want to grab some cards real quick and have some cards that are going to be able to help you win without staying on the game for hours and hours or going to get tons of MT. You can definitely do it, and it's actually way easier this year to make 200K MT. If you guys want to know how, let me know in the comments, and I'll talk to you about how to make MT in this mode. But until next time, I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. This has been a budget squad. Real quick, how to create one for like 205 or less than 200K MT. All right, thanks.